They say there are staircases hidden deep in the woods. Not ruins, not foundations, just stairs. Perfectly built, standing alone, leading nowhere. No walls, no roof, no reason. If you ever find one, you walk away. You do not climb. That's the rule people whisper when the fire is low and the trees start listening. Park rangers won't talk about them on record. Some won't even say the word. But off the books, late at night, the stories match. The stairs don't rot. They don't sink. Snow won't settle on them. Moss grows around the base, never on the steps. Animals refuse to cross the invisible line where the first riser begins. And sometimes, the stairs move. Not while you watch, never while you watch. But a week later, a mile over, there they are again, turned a little, like they're trying to face you. In 1999, a man went missing on a solo hike in the North Woods. His name was Daniel. They found his backpack 2 days later, half buried in pine needles. What they didn't expect was the journal. Waterproof cover, pages intact. A clean hand, steady even near the end. No blood, no struggle, just words that felt like rust. This is what he wrote. I have been walking for hours and the map does not match what the forest is doing. The trail splits where it shouldn't. The compass stutters. Then through the trees, there it is, a staircase, 20, maybe 30 steps. Concrete, modern, no rail, no cracks. It looks new. It looks wrong. I can hear the forest around me, but the sound bends around the steps like there's glass over them. My first thought is that it's a prank. My second thought is that it's not. He circles it. He measures his courage against the silence, and the silence wins. He takes pictures from a distance, and the stairs don't show up in them. Only a blank space between birches, like someone erased a piece of the world. He keeps writing. Every direction I face, it faces me. That's not possible. I know it. But if I blink, the angle changes. I throw a stick onto the steps, and it does not make a sound when it lands. The stick is there, but the world does not acknowledge it. I am thinking about the rumors. Don't climb. Do not touch. Leave it alone. It's calling. We tell ourselves we believe in rules, but rules fail where curiosity begins. At dusk, the forest brushes his shoulders, and the temperature drops 10 degrees in a breath. Daniel stands at the bottom step and rests his hand on the concrete to prove to himself it's real. It's not cold. It's not warm. It's temperatureless, like touching an idea. He writes one more line before he tries the first step. I will just go up enough to see over the brush. 1 step, 2. I won't be stupid. Step 1. The wind stops, not slows, stops. The needles on the pines hang motionless, each one a shard of frozen green. Step 2. The smell of the forest, sap, soil, rot, falls away like a coat slipping from shoulders. In its place, a clean, too bright scent, like hospital hallways washed with chemicals that never fully evaporate. Step 3. The birds go silent. Even the absence makes a noise you can feel in your teeth. He writes as he climbs. On the 3rd step, my heart is loud. On the 4th, I can't hear it at all. I press my hand to my chest to prove it's beating. It is, but my ears refuse to agree. On the 5th step, the trees below me look like a photograph. I wave my hand and the leaves don't move. I should go down. People who find the stairs talk about a threshold. Some say it's step 5. Some say it's 7 or 13 at night, 11 at noon. For Daniel, it's 5. He hesitates there. He turns back to look at the ground he left, and his footprints are gone. The mud is smooth. The stick he threw has slid a step higher without moving at all. I can see further now, he writes. The sky is wrong. It's not darker, it's deeper, like I'm seeing more of it than I'm supposed to. On the 7th step, I feel breathing on the back of my neck. Not wind, breath, slow, patient. I don't turn around because I know there will be nothing there, and I cannot forgive nothing for breathing. Narrators change their tone when they reach this one part. When you play the recording back, it's obvious. They're leaning in without meaning to. On the 9th step, I look at my watch. The hands are turning. Not forward, not backward. They're describing a small circle, like they're tracing something the rest of the world can't see. I ask the empty air a question, and I hear myself answer from somewhere above. It sounds like me, but it is not carrying my words. Daniel's journal goes quiet for a full page, a flat, white gasp. Then he returns, the handwriting smaller. I am not high. I am not sick. I am not asleep. I reach out toward the 10th step, and my fingers pass through the air and come back wet. The wet does not feel like water. It has weight, but it leaves no stain. I think about going down, but the down I left is not the same down that waits. We do not know how high he climbs. The page numbers skip. He numbered them out of order, or something changed the count when he wasn't watching. He writes about hearing footsteps that land exactly halfway between his own, like an echo in a room that doesn't exist. He writes about a shadow under the stairs, cast by a light above that has no source. He writes about a distant siren that might be a train, or might be his name, pulled thin. Then he writes something that the Rangers never wanted to read again. On the 13th step, I see the forest again, but it is not this forest. It is a younger version, or a version that refuses to be born. The air is the color of an old bruise. Something is standing at the bottom, looking up at me. I don't know how I can see it from here, but I do. It is patient. It has the shape of a man carved by someone who has only ever heard a description of men. It has too many decisions in its posture. It makes me want to apologize. He does not write that he is afraid. He writes that he is ashamed. He writes that the stairs feel disappointed when he pauses. He writes that he hears water overhead, like an ocean shifting in its sleep. 15th step, he says in ink, and the sky opens its eyes. The next line is a long slashed stroke as if his hand kept moving after the sentence ended. The page after that is smudged with something that should be ink and isn't. The last complete sentence he ever put on paper is simple. A child's report whispered through a locked door. I am going to see what happens. When the search party found the journal, they were 2 hours into an area that didn't match maps anymore. The trail under their boots wore a different name. The trees leaned in directions Wind hadn't chosen. A junior ranger said he thought he saw a staircase through the fog. When he looked again, he couldn't find it. They all agreed not to mention that part in the report. They signed their names to empty boxes and went home early, looking older. The official story is what you would expect. Solo hiker, poor choices, exposure, unfortunate end. But the woods kept their silence, and the stairs, if they were there, moved. People said they saw them again, the next winter, and the summer after that, in places the forest swears, do not touch. Brand new concrete where no boot prints lead, except yours, if you're not careful. Maybe you think you would know better. Maybe you're sure you'd stop at the bottom and turn away. I hope you're right. I hope you have the kind of spine that can ignore a door when a door stands in the middle of nowhere begging to be opened. Not everyone does. That's why the rule exists. That's why it's repeated in low voices that crack a little on the edges. If you ever find a staircase in the forest, you walk away. You do not touch it. You do not count the steps with your eyes. You do not test a theory. You go home and you tell no one until the need to speak drains out of you like water through roots. Because if you climb just once, you might come back. You might even make it to your front door. You might tell yourself nothing changed, but your watch will never keep the right time again. Your photographs will develop with a small blank window where something should be. And some nights, when the house is quiet, you'll hear footsteps on the stairs, landing halfway between your own. If you are hearing them now, don't turn around.